What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Tuesday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. Today, this morning, I want to talk about the central bankers being worried, scared, fearful, whatever terminology you want to use. They are worried that the masses are going to wake up on the level we are. They are desperate to introduce a new digital monetary system sooner than the masses gravitate to being their own bank. You know the score. If you don't, stay tuned. I'm gonna run through it. Carney gave a Bank of International Settlements lecture. I'm gonna see about screen recording it and putting it on the actual channel. But it's in the description anyway. If you follow the link that takes you to bis.org in the description, you'll see a 2.5 hour video there of what I believe is a lecture on the art of central banking. So talking. Firstly, the headline. Carney, stablecoins should have access to central bank balance sheets. That's the headline on Ledger Insights. Now, if you actually Google, because I mean, the link to this is in the description as well. But CBDC. The link's in the description. Fuck Googling it. Carney warns CBDC delays plans. Carney warns CBDC delays play into the hands of big tech. And we get basically a paragraph. Carney called on central banks today to embrace digital forms of public money or risk allowing tech firms to dominate a new world of money. The former Bank of England governor said the world was heading for a new monetary system, potentially with a greater role for distributed forms of finance. But he cautioned that past episodes in which multiple forms of private money fought for supremacy had led to inefficiency and instability. The new monetary system, Carney said in the cut the fuck off, mate. Boom, cut off. Or to continue reading, sign in, inquire about a central banking institution membership. Come and suck our dick if you want to read the rest. I mean, I've applied, tried, get a membership. We'll see what happens with that. So in the end, we ended up on Ledger Insights. Stablecoins should have access to central bank balance sheet. Now it's going to cover a little bit of both, hopefully. So either way, whatever information it gives here, you can bet your fucking ass and you can see clear as day if you're looking for it. They're scared. They're scared of the masses running away and being their own bank. They're scared of the masses running away and using private currencies and assets to store their value outside of the banking system. Yeah. So talking. At a BIS lecture today, Carney, the former governor of the Bank of England and Canada, gave his views on the future of money. He believes stablecoins should have access to a central bank's balance sheet, provided they meet a number of requirements. In the talk, Carney expressed a preference for central bank digital currencies over private stablecoins. He's particularly concerned that while central banks consider and prepare for possible CBDCs, private stablecoins could become massive during the multi-year waiting period. Tether's already massive, mate, so let's have it right. Could become massive. What are you talking about? No, they are. They're massive. The market cap's in the fucking billions, bro. His particular his preference for central bank digital currencies, I mean, well, no shit. You're going to prefer their own kind of currency. Without specifically mentioning Libra, now Diem, which Facebook founded, he outlined how combining the network effects of both a social network and payment system could be self-reinforcing, and this Uberization of money could be hard to unwind. One solution is to ensure that there's an indistinguishable set of stablecoins that run on the platforms. The implication may be that social network cannot recommend a particular stablecoin. It's not clear why a single CBDC wouldn't perform better, Carney observed. In fact, Daim has said it would be willing in the future to substitute its stablecoin for a CBDC. So, stablecoin consumer protections. From a consumer protection point of view, in Carney's view, stablecoins should have the equivalent protections as commercial money. These include a legal claim to be paid on demand in fiat currency, eligible for support from a central bank during times of stress, and depositor backstop. However, to receive these protections, there need to be strong capital and liquidity requirements. Carney urged central banks to be stringent in assessing risks and learn from their inability to oversee money market funds in times of stress. Well, there's been 2 systemic crises in money funds in little more than a decade, said Carney. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. In cricket, it's the equivalent of 1. For systemic payment systems, 1 is too many. He continued, if it means, as it must, very rigorous oversight on rules for private stablecoins, what would then differentiate them from CBDCs? This echoes a sentiment of Boston Fed President Eric Rosenberg, who on Friday highlighted the risky mix of asset backs, the largest stablecoin, Tether. Rosenberg noted that Tether's assets are more risky than prime funds can hold, and that prime funds have got into difficulties in the last 2 recessions. There's a financial stability concern that a future crisis could easily be triggered as this becomes more important sector of financial market. I mean, everyone, and I mean everyone, all over the world at the moment should be doing their best to accumulate digital assets, invest in the internet of value, and wait as long as they can, stake as much as they can, and then live off it for the rest of their life. Fuck the fucking governments. Fuck the fucking banks. I'm done, me. I'm sat in England now in my fucking car about to go to work, and I'm done. I'm ready for a load of us to put to by an oil rig in international waters and fuck off, mate. Let's start building some floating fucking houses on the ocean in international waters, and then come there and ask me to wear a mask. Real fucking talk. Come there and ask me to wear a mask, I'll take your fucking head off. And that will be legal in our fucking town. Joking a little bit, but you know what I mean. To the impact of stablecoins on banks. Meanwhile, Carney noted that new forms of money would make bank funding costs more expensive. Excuse me. These higher funding costs should not dissuade central banks from pursuing forms or reforms that offer the public greater choice and better service. Banks are a means to an end, not ends in themselves, and will have to adapt to a much more competitive environment. Carney, if banks are a means to an end, I think the fucking end came, bro. The end's here, mate. Just sit down, shut the fuck up, and let your banks die. Yeah, I'm done. This is similar to recent statements by his former colleague, Sir John Cunliffe, Deputy Governor of the Bank of England. Cunliffe recently commented, the Bank of England doesn't have the responsibility or breed to preserve a current model of banking. We have a responsibility to preserve financial stability, and the current role of banks and financial stability is not the same thing. Over the last decade, markets have made up an increasing proportion of lending. Despite this, Carney observed that the central bank's role as lender or last resort is still limited to banks. Hence, he suggested central bank access should be extended to market players such as asset managers. But crypto assets come into all this. Turning to cryptocurrencies, Carney's not optimistic about their valuations, with the possible exception of one that could end up being treated as digital gold. He believes that CBDCs and regulated stablecoins will dominate. Tokens at the heart of programmable networks will have to remain just that, of token value. This is not to dismiss either NFTs or decentralized finance. Quite to the contrary, their scope of application is exceptionally broad. And that's the end of the article on Ledger Insights. I'm extremely interested in this video, 2.5 hour video. I'm actually probably gonna try and either watch it today on the headphones, or if I can't get through it today on the headphones, I might have to try and watch it tonight. I mean, it's 2.5 hours. It's not gonna be the easiest thing to sit through all the way, especially if you want to be taking notes and shit. But if you want the information from the horse's mouth, you've got to watch the horse talk. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So we'll see what it's saying later. As for that central bank site, I think everyone should just try and join it really and see what happens. And if you do actually get approved for a membership, let me know in the comments. Excuse me, because I'm extremely interested in who they actually give a membership and who they don't. It's centralbanking.com. They've got apps and everything. It's madness. Madness. You're not even like subscribe, give me your details and you remember. You've got to fucking inquire to be a member, mate. Like, inquire. So luckily, Ledger Insights got a little bit more information, and the Bank of International Settlements.org has also dropped the actual video. This is the fucking video. This is the I'm gonna confirm it right fucking now. Starts in 28 minutes. Are you fucking for real? Oh my days. Well, you got a 2 hours 30-minute video and it don't even fucking start for 28 minutes.
This painting depicts the end of the age of sail and the rise of the age of steam. A technological breakthrough with widespread impacts on commerce, on society.
Gonna watch that in a bit. I used to watch Mark Carney a lot. He's in the globalization documentary. Kurt used to watch him loads back in the day, and we used to enjoy his future of money tweets, future of money speeches and shit like that. So it's interesting, or going to be interesting, to get his current perspective. But how many times do we need to see this? Bankers worried about the private sector. Central banks warned about private sector digital assets. Digital currencies prospector economy warns the Bank of England on 7th of June 2021. Central banks step up fight against cryptocurrencies. The end of privacy. Central banks plan to launch digital coins. The Bank of England to consider digital money plan. Still getting your head around digital currencies, crypto speculation. They're fucking worried. That's my takeaway, guys. They are worried. And they're fearful of losing the masses to digital assets in the internet of value. There's no business for a bank. We all stop using cash. All stop using ATMs and cash cards and banks in general. There's no business model left for the banks. This is why over the last few years people have been speculating that crypto exchanges in the end will become banks, the new banks, and the old banks will evolve into crypto exchanges / new banks, mainly just governing CBDCs and their own stablecoins and issued tokens, should we say. That'll be an interesting one to see what pans out from that. But just know you're in the game that they're dying to rig because they're fucking scared of it. Control your own value, as much of it as you can. That means having as much of most of your wealth in your control. Like, what? No one can fucking move it, find it, look at it without coming and getting some data and information off you first. That is being your own bank, whether it's in a safe, safety deposit box, it's under your bed. It doesn't matter. You're in charge of your private keys, in charge of your wealth, you're in charge of your silver, your gold, whatever it is, you're in charge of it. You are holding the reserves. You are your own bank. It's the future, man. Stake it, feed the beast till the beast feeds you. That's what we're doing now. Invest in the internet of value. Invest in yourself. Feed the beast till the beast feeds you. Yeah. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. You know the dance. And yeah, we love crypto. We love the internet of value. And we love you. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.